Did you play sports growing up?
I played whatever season it was, that's what I played.
And was there organized sports for you? Were those opportunities
we
out
had
there?
a great recreation department down in our little town, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and that's where I was. And then I went to a small private school where if I wanted to play sports, I could play. And it didn't mean that I had to be a great athlete, but
what sports did you play
I
in
played volleyball, basketball, tennis, golf, softball, and ran track.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, not all together.
At different times.
Yeah, at different times. And I think my interests were a little bit different. But the one thing that stayed with me my whole life was my love for basketball, which I was pretty average, but loved the game, and my love for running.
Oh,
so those two things.
Right.
Yeah.
So those have stuck, and running is really such a great form of exercise.
It has been for me.
So aerobic. Well, I played intramural volleyball in high school. That's probably as close as I got to a sport. But I've always exercised and enjoyed that.
Yes.
And I did start playing golf 2 years ago, and I really enjoy it, although I don't like to keep score. Because I just want to do it for fun.
Right.
And Harris is a great partner in that. He doesn't mind if we don't keep score, and we just go out and enjoy the day. And if we get really exhausted in the bottom 9 and there's a 5-par, we can skip it. You know, we just do our own thing.
Well, for me, like I said, sports really, it's taught me so many lessons that I love in my own life. And I think 2 of the biggest ones are how to handle success and how to handle failure. Those have been the 2 biggest lessons that sport has really taught me.
Right, because you experience both of those.
You do. And you need to figure out pretty early how to handle both of those with grace.
And I like the idea that you're part of a team and then sort of no man is an island.
Yes.
That's a wonderful message, too, because we need that in our whole lives, don't we?
I think so. And but then I think the next step from high school to college was really where there was the most disparity when I was growing up, because there certainly were not as many opportunities
at the college level.
And then if you wanted to step beyond the college level as a woman, there were no professional opportunities in the United States.
Right.
It wasn't until much later that the development of the WNBA happened.
Right.
And that started to afford women an opportunity to use sport as a profession. And I think I see that continuing and hopefully expanding for women.
Isn't it wonderful? I hope so too.
It's incredible.
I hope
it
so
really
too.
is.
And I think even if children start in sports at a young age and don't go professional, they still have a value for physical activity.
Yes.
Which is so important.
Yes. But it is nice for women to not have to look up to Michael Jordan as their, now I'll really date myself, you know, or Kobe Bryant as a role model, but now they can really look to a woman as a player in the WNBA, like a Dawn Staley or somebody like that who played in the WNBA for many years, and say, hey Mom, I want to be just like Dawn Staley.
That's right.
I think that's an awesome thing.
I think it's hard to know when you're very young what being physically fit is going to mean to you as you age.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm at a place right now where I can really speak to the, you know, more than middle-aged woman. And I notice the older I get, if I miss a day, it's a much more dramatic feeling than it used to be when I was younger. So I think it's really, you know, if people can get into something they really like to do, you know, tennis is a lifelong sport, dance can be a lifelong activity, you know, anything that they like to do that keeps them moving. I think we've become so sedentary as a society, and that's one of the reasons why we're as sick as we are and die as young as we do and are as fat as we are and all those other things that we need to work on. So
I think for girls, you know, there's nothing like having a built-in group of friends than being on a team. I mean, really, these are the girls that you are going to see after school every day. You're going to hang out with them. You might travel some with them, be around their families. And also, I think it really can help with self-esteem. It doesn't mean that you have to be the starter on every team that you're a part of, but what it does mean is that you're a part of. And I think that's so important, especially for young girls as they grow and develop. Everybody has self-doubt. Everybody wonders, where do I fit in? Where can I fit in? And it is a great place to insert sport into your life to help provide for that for you, because even if you're not playing and competing a lot, when you're a part of a team, shared sacrifice really does bring a group together. Working for a common goal feels great, and I think it can help you feel great about yourself. So I would encourage all girls to not only participate in an individual sport, which I think is very important, but give it a chance, participate in a team sport, and see how good that feels.
Good advice.